Yeah, please remind us to put your phone on silent. Let's settle down. If you are coming forward, come forward and sit down. The deputy commandant shall we present. Go business and sir as we take the second stanza of the national prayer. 1, 2, go. God of creation, will be visited, sir. The Deputy Commandant, sir, Major General Ewo Abola, Directors, Senior Staff Officers, Soldiers, Ratings, men and women of Nafrc, Civilian Staff of Nafrc, National Youth Service Corps members, Industrial Training members, I welcome you all to Wario, the venue for today's Padre. I am Finance Adini. I shall be your uncle for today's Padre. Straight away, I shall be inviting the Center Imam. He shall be addressing us on kindness to parents. Please permit me to invite the Center Imam, Major Emma Ibrahim. Thank you. What is doing on Sunday?
The Deputy Commandant, Senior Officers, please permit me to name the foreign service process. I am Major Emma Ibrahim, the Center Imam. Last week, the Reverend Father discussed on the responsibilities of parents. Today, I shall be discussing on the topic kindness to parents. The word kindness is defined as a quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. It is also defined as selfless, compassionate, merciful. Kindness to parents is one of the most important aspects which all religion has made it compulsory and emphasized on it, no matter how the status of the parents are in society. Most people capitalize the kindness to their own parents based on the way their own parents treated them when they were young. Kindness to parents is something that Almighty Allah, Almighty God, has made it compulsory on a person, despite the way his parents treated him when he was young. We do not remember those days when we are in the darkness of our mother's womb. Nor do we recall the suffering and pains that our parents went through during birth and during breastfeeding. We do not remember the sleepless nights which our parents went through when we were small. We do not remember when our crying during our sick time was a joy for our parents. Almighty God surrounded us with one of the most merciful people, that is our caring, loving mother and father. Our compassionate Father, who strive for our benefit, who strive for the benefit of us, and repairs all kind of harm comes our way. He searches for what we eat and drink during hardship. He ensures that we are not lacking when we are kids or others. These are your parents. What are your appreciation to them? What are your appreciation to them now that they are old, they are weak, in need of your support? The religion of Islam, Christianity, and other religions has made it compulsory for us to time to both our parents. This is the only way one will succeed in his life. In Islam, Almighty Allah has made it mentioned in the Holy Quran in various verses on kindness to our parents, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always appreciates those that are being kind to their parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran in chapter 31 verse 14, Allah said, "Be grateful to me and your parents. To me is the ultimate return." And also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in another verse, He said in chapter 17, verse 23, "The Lord has decreed that you should worship Him alone. Show kind to parents, good treatment, whether one or both of them are alive at their old age. Do not say the words to them, but speak to them in noble words." Islam has taught us to always treat our parents with kind and gentle. We should also appreciate the sacrifice that our parents have done. Our parents are the most fitted creature that God has given mankind. One will not appreciate what I'm saying now, or one should ask those that have lost one of their parents. But if you have not lost any, when you lose one of them, you will appreciate what you consider as parents. In the tradition of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a man came to him and said, "O Messenger of Allah, I have a mother who's carrying all about on my back. I wash her, I bath her, and I put her. Have I fulfilled all her responsibility on me?" The Prophet ﷺ said to him, "When you are doing it to her, at the same time you are praying, this woman should die, no? I don't tell her, this woman should die. Then when she was doing it to you, she was praying, may you live longer." It is also commended in Islam that one should always be praying for his parents, either they are alive or they are dead. as it is mentioned in the Holy Quran in chapter 17, verse 24. May Lord have mercy upon them, as they brought me upon when I was small. The Holy Bible discourses excessively on the kindness to parents. It is part of this Christian belief to honor your father and mother, which leads to Father's Day and Mother's Day, which is being celebrated in various churches. There are many chapters in the Bible emphasizing the importance of kindness to parents. In Exodus 20, verse 12, it says, honor your father and mother so that you may live long in the land. The Lord your God gives you. The benefit of obedience and kindness to our parents are also mentioned in Proverbs 31, verse 1 to 2. We are all told that obedience will lead to long and prosperous life. Additionally, in Ephesians 6, 1 to 3, we are also told that obedience and kindness to parents is a sign of respect and honor. Obeying our parents will result in God's blessings, while disobedience will result in shortening in life. Disobeying parents is disobeying God, as mentioned in Exodus 20, verse 21. In the developed countries, most aged or retired persons were taken to a place called Old People's Home, Old Age Home, or Nursing Home, which is considered a place where old and aged people are being taken care of by different people who were not their relatives. Their children and relatives are only allowed to visit them once or twice a week. In my opinion, it is improper, it is disheartening. The parents that were happy to be with you at the time you are young, at the time you are in need of them, but now that they are in need of you, you decided to take them to an isolated place where they will be isolated. Such acts has killed such parents even if they are alive. And I believe such has started in practice in African countries. And the consequences of such are as follows. 1. Lack of blessings in our homes. A home where no elders, there is no blessings in that such home. 2. Lack of freedom of our parents. You take your parents to an elderly home, they will not be free. They will always be treated like slaves. Proximities to family and relatives. Your parents will be very far from their own family. 4. Privacy. Such homes, there is no privacy for your parents. 5. Psychological effects. There will be a psychological effect in our own fathers and mothers, in our homes. There are some items, whenever they see it, they remember some certain things. Whatever they see it gives them more happiness to them. It relaxes their brains. This brings me to the ways that we will take good care of our parents. We can take care of our parents by considering the following. 1. By appreciating their sacrifices and upbringing. 2. Supporting them financially and identifying their needs. 3. Constant visits and play with them. In fact, we play jokes and story for them. 4. Help them on their meditations. 5. One should be praying for them, even if they are alive and after their death. 6. Give them much needed emotional support. 7. Encourage them to mix with their age mates. 8. Encourage them with exercise, even if it is walking or dancing and etc. In relating things to armed forces, most of our officers and men, when neglect their parents after their commission or enlistment, most believe that their parents at this time, at this moment, they are burning to them, forgetting that this is our job. This is our military job. You cannot succeed in it without the blessings of your parents. Last week, when our commandant was giving his remarks, we could remember he said, when he was told that his mother was sick, he immediately organized how his mother would take him to the hospital. This is the blessing he is enjoying up to tomorrow as Air Vice Marshal. This is a lesson for each one of us to learn. As an imam, I have experienced a lot of officers and soldiers whom after their commission or enlistment have refused to visit their home, their parents, their villages. When they are asked why, they said, my mother is a witch. If she is a witch, you are eating me saying that you are a kid. And such people end up seeing them not benefiting from the job they have done, because there is no blessings for parents in it. This life, as it is said, what goes around comes around. The way you treat your parents, that is how you also be treated even much more. This brings me to a story of a man whose parents are very rich. He decided to kill his father. He took his father to a desert and eliminated his father and buried him there. He came back and buried his wealth. After some time, he gave back to a boy. The boy grew up, and the boy also developed the feeling that he should kill his father so that he would take over the wealth. So he told his father that he's taken to a place. They went, reaching to the same spot the father killed his grandfather. In fact, the son told him that I wanted to kill you so that I will take the wealth. The father said to him, the same way I did to my father, that's how you are going to do to me. He also put in our back mind that whatever you give to your parents, that's how you will experience even more. Finally, there are many ways to fix our relationship with our parents. We must recall the sacrifice of our parents on us, and we must understand the importance that the Holy Books has given to our parents. It is also important to always remember them in our prayers, either they are alive or dead. Lastly, kindness to parents is compulsory on each one of us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, sir. Can we please give him another round of applause? Okay, I wrote this down. In this age and time, when we decide who to be kind to, where old people's home is becoming a norm, what exactly is kindness to parents? Surprisingly, some of us show more kindness to religious leaders than our parents. Whatever the reason, what goes around comes around.
Thank you very much, sir. We're going to the second segment of the program. We'll be taking the questions from the audience. So I'm starting from my extreme left. Do you have any question? Any question? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm just the commandant, sir, the deputy commandant, sir, this one. I want to add, I'm not going to ask question, but I want to make an addition. Kindness, as you say, is best given to somebody that is kind to himself too. If you're going to show kindness to your parents, which is a must, because our parents are very important to us, what is necessary that a parent needs to be kind to itself. When I mean kind to itself, it's like during the course of raising a child, we know the present challenge of this world now. You raise your child, they graduate, but they have no jobs outside. They have nothing doing, and they really want to do, but they don't have the ability. The resources are not there. Some I've seen some parents when I served in the East. Some people live on the farm and their children are nowhere. Children to call members that were showing kindness to them. So it is needed as a parent at your early age when you're young, as you plan to take care of the children, you need to be kind to yourself by making retirement plan. I mean, solid retirement plan. What happens when these children are no more and you are alone? Have you thought of taking maybe an health insurance or probably anything that you know you can fall back to in case these children are not bringing? And if they bring, it becomes what? An addiction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have anyone there? Please.
The deputy commandant, sir, permit me to observe the already established protocol. My name is Padre. Mine is a question. Some parents don't see their children as they are kind to them. Like, except you give them money. That is when you see them smiling. But these are the same parents that you ask them for granite, they will end up giving you scorpion. So now, how do we manage or treat this kind of parents so that they understand that you still have that kindness, like you have feeling of kindness for them?
Thank you very much. That's it. Do you have anyone there? Any other person? Okay. Yes.
Deputy Commandant, sir, I beg to stand on the existing protocol. I am MW of the Padre, and I think my contribution can also answer the question just asked. Kindness is doing what you can, where you are, with what you have. It is a gift that everyone can afford to give, and it makes you the most beautiful person in the world. At least to that person that you have shown that kindness, no matter what you look like. Parents are among the most important people in the life of anyone. They include father, mother, and other caregiver who acts as parents. Kindness to parents entails listening to them, obeying their instructions, improving yourself, showing them love and affection, and celebrating them as often as you can. Every parent deserves kindness from their children. I mean, even the most irresponsible parents that you can ever think of. Refusing your parent kindness is bringing curse upon your own head. Kindness to parents is mandatory and for your own good as well. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1 and 2 says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and your mother, for this is the first commandment with a promise." Kindness to loving and caring parents is very easy and natural. But kindness to parents becomes burdensome when you have a hurtful parents. Yes, we do have some parents that are hurtful. But in this case, the Bible still commands that you be kind to them. You need the power, the special grace that comes from the power of the supernatural love of God to do it. Because God Himself loves us even while we are undeserving. So all you need to do is just to ask for this grace, and it is available to all who believe in Him. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The Deputy Commandant, sir, my name is, permit me to stand on the well-established protocol. My name is Ibe Wadan. Early last month, we saw some kind of news that brought up different conversations on the internet. The case of Hakimi, the guy that willed all his property to his mom, that prevented him from being duped by his wife. I use the word duped because a lot of people said that is what people does now to become rich. That is to say that person where they work, another person they chop. But then again, my question is this: how do we put a place between kindness, a mother knowing his place or her place in the life of her son? The Bible said we should honor our mother. Many conversation has it that taking care of your parents is not your duty. As a matter of fact, if you are 40 and you have a father and a mother, it's the responsibility of your father and your mother to take care of you, not the other way around. That the parents, that is the children, while growing up, have their own family, and they should be able to take care of their children. These are conversations coming up, sir. Please, sir, we want a clarification from the Bible and the Quran, where it is stated that children should take care of their parents, in as much as the Bible asks us to honor our father and our mother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sirs. All our reports for video. My name is Wasujan.
Deputy Commander.
Kindness to parents, or I can say parents who should be kind to their children. It is good to train them well, because you know, when you train them well, definitely they will grow in the way of the Lord and also have wisdom to know that to take care of you. But one thing that I know and that I was taught is that kindness to parents is default. It is compulsory that you must be, it is inbuilt that you must be kind to your parents. It's true that you should check yourself if you are not kind to your parents. Why are you not kind? Let me end this with the story my father told me, a very short story, please. He said that this particular man, he was very, very sick. And they told him that before he could get well, his children should beat him. That when they beat him with cane, that is when he will get healed. He has 4 children. They line them up. First one day, your father will die tomorrow, or beat him so that he will not die. He took the cane. He said, no, I can't beat him. Second one, the first one just came, he don't go check twice. Where?
be the father. They now say, this is the bastard among your child. That a child that is born by the father will never be his father. That shows that kindness is inbuilt to parents. And lastly, from the word of God, Pharaoh was able to be defeated immediately when Moses prayed that he should go against his mother. That's where. So if you want to survive in life, I want to be successful, I think let that be forcing you work. Be kind to your father and mother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, the last time. No one? Okay. Let's take question and point from the concert. Come forward. I won't really request questions.
The deputy commandants are directors, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lieutenant Colonel O.D. Bamiteko, the commanding officer, trainees battalion. The deputy commandants permits me to come up with a research that was done by Dr. Peretti Sylvester. The same research was further advanced by M.J. Ken in 2001. And so he came up with the effect of clapping, this hand clapping. That's why is it that most times people don't know the benefits behind hand clapping. For the children, the research said it makes them to have better handwriting. It helps their brain. It also assists them in having maybe less mistakes in whatever they do. When we clap, it's also one of the simplest ways of exercising our body. So most times when you sit down and they said so person clap and you don't clap, invariably you are somehow working against your brain. Having said this, it boiled down that the same research said that another way that you can appreciate someone in form of kindness is clapping. And that is where I'm going, sir. That kindness itself is the quality of being friendly, being generous, and being considerate. If that is what dictionary define kindness to be, that it is just the quality of being friendly, being generous, and being considerate. It means that everyone deserves it. It should turn out to be our habit. So when we now take it down to our parents, none of us here was born as an adult. None of us. We were all given birth to as children, and someone, whether you were being given scorpion and you survived up to now, it means that that scorpion at that time was something that is very considerate for you to have. So permit me to say that some of us were tired in the night. Maybe we escaped in the morning, and in the middle of the night, you just wake up and you see your hand and your leg, they tie you and you just say, "Mommy, what happened?" And the next thing is go back. So if you look at some of all of these things, you should also separate the economic ability of parents, what they can provide for you, what they don't have, and the kind of training modalities that they put in place for you to turn out to be well refined as a person. So if you put all of those things together and you come to our training as military personnel and said, okay, during training, this is what your instructor did to you, and you now pass out and you now say that person was wicked, is not kind, you might not really understand the intricacy that is behind discipline. So please, kindness to parents irrespective of whatever might be your experience as a child, it is something that we must abide and we must do. Because as we are now, may we grow to become our parents and our children will become who we are. So what you do today, invariably will also come back to you tomorrow. For me and my household, sir, I think we will be kind to our elders, irrespective whether they are biological or not. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Do you have any questions or comments for the directors?
The Deputy Commander, sir, Directors, Senior Officers, Nafrc Committee, and Group Captain B.Y. Zakari, the Deputy Director of Training. Kindness to parents cannot be overemphasized. I would like to share 2 short stories. But before I share the stories, I've been listening to give this background. In Islam, the best generations of Muslims are the people that lived with the Prophet of Islam. They call it the companions of the Prophet. They are the best generation of Muslims, followed by the people that came after them. Those ones are called the Tabi'uns. That's the people that met the companions but did not meet the Prophet. Then followed by the 3rd generation. During the lifetime of the Prophet, there was this man called Uwais bin Qarni. Uwais was a Yemeni, that's a man from Yemen. He accepted Islam, he remained at Yemen. He did not have the opportunity of going to meet the Prophet. Therefore, he is not among the categories of his companions. It is only those that met him. Even if you have accepted Islam and you have not met him, you cannot be classified as a companion because you have not met him. So before the demise of the Prophet, he told one of his companions, that's Umar ibn al-Khattab, he said, after me, somebody will come from Yemen. His name is Uwais bin Qarni. Certainly you are going to meet him in Makkah when you go for Hajj. When you meet Uwais, ask Uwais to pray for you. Ask Uwais to ask God to forgive you. So Umar was surprised. Who is Uwais? Somebody that is not even among the companions. What is so special about Uwais bin Qarni? He asked the Prophet. And the Prophet told him. He said, Uwais is someone that loves Allah, and Allah also loves him, like the companions who are told in the Quran, God loves them, and they also love God. Uwais bin Qarni was occupied by taking care of his mother, providing for her needs, taking care of her environment, and things like that. He was occupied throughout. So because of that occupation, he did not have the opportunity of going to Medina or going to where the Prophet was and meeting with him, so that he also have the status of the companion of the Prophet. But look at how God elevated his status, even above of the companions of the prophet, but this is a companion, and the prophet asked him to request ways to ask God to forgive him. So, when you are dutiful, when you are kind, when you are good to your parents, God elevates such an individual to a level that only God knows. The second story is a story of 3 people who were on a journey. It was getting dark, and they decided to spend the night in one small cave. By the time the day is getting bright, a stone now moved and covered the entrance of the cave, meaning there's no way out. So the 2 of them said, well, this is God's arrangement. We must use a good act of deed that we have performed and use that to ask God to open this door for us. He said, starting with you, they pointed at the first person. The first person said, there was this young man that came and worked for him, and the man did not collect his wage. He left. After many years, so he now used that money to buy animals. Then there was no bank account and things like that. So he bought animals, and those animals keep on multiplying, they became hard. After so many years, the man suffered. He said, okay, I'm back. His wife is my wage. He said, the whole of these animals are your money. Take your money. And the man took the animals and left. So the door of the cave, the store, moved a little, but an individual cannot pass. Meaning God had accepted that work for him. The second person said, I used to have this cousin, sister. I so much loved her. And one day, she came. She was in need of something, resources. He said, well, I will not give you unless if you agree that I will have an affair with you. Because of the desperation, she agreed. So they went in, and when he was about having intercourse with her, she told him, she said, my brother, fear Allah. God is watching us. You are not my husband. So the man became weak, jumped up, wet his clothes, and gave her the money. At that point, the stone moved a little, but somebody cannot pass. The third person who is relevant to our discussion today used to have his family, his wife, and 3 kids. And he also had his aged parents. He said one evening he went and brought provision. He usually take the provision to his parents before his family. So on reaching to where the parents were, he discovered they were asleep. And he decided not to wake them up. His children, his house is very close to where the parents were, and the children were crying because of hunger. And the man refused to serve the family before the parents until when it was daybreak. He served the parents ate to their fill, and he now went and served his family. At this point, the stone that blocks the entrance opened. What am I trying to point out? In this case, it is from this story, it is clearly spelled out that we are expected to take care of our parents more than our families. Yes, more than our families. One of the verses that Imam quoted, Almighty Allah reminded us he said, we should remember our mothers took care of us, painting upon painting. That is, as soon as the woman takes in, sickness starts. I'm sure our mothers will get witness. Some of us have witnessed our wives' deliveries and witnessed all our children's deliveries. And it is between life and death. If you see a woman delivering, you will conclude that that woman may not survive. It will get to a point where the doctors and the medical people will ask them to push, and they will not be able to do because they are exhausted. They will use scissors as if they are cutting peppers. They will cut their private part to allow the child to come out. So, my dear Nafrc community, we must be dutiful to our parents. We must be kind to our parents. If you are not with them, call them every day. Yes, call them just like you call our families. Call them every day. How are you doing, mommy? How are you doing, daddy? How are you everything is okay? Have you taken your medication and things like that? And that is how God will bless us. And God will also provide children, our children, that will also perform the same way, even better to us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. May I invite the Padre to give the addition to the question.
Deputy Commandant, let me stand on the already well-established protocol. I will attempt to give an answer to the question of my brother, likewise the one asked by my sister. The first person was trying to find out if you have parents who are not so nice to their children and often expecting mostly monetary kind aspect of kindness from their children. How do you balance that? If I can understand the question very well, I think this is the clarification you are trying to understand. I'll first of all begin by saying it is an aspect of the topic we're discussing that in some way attempts to answer your question. We, as children, we also owe our parents the sincere duty of educating our children. It is an aspect of kindness. For instance, I have a widowed mom that's always very bitter about people around the village. And anytime you sit with her, there is nothing good coming from the people around her. This woman did this bad thing to me, this other woman did this. So understanding her background now, I see that there is some bitterness she's dealing with. So in this case, what do? I will have the duty as a Christian to educate her to understand life on the other side. So when you have such a parent, I want to create your indulgence that you have an aspect of kindness that you need to show to that parent. Education. Two, another aspect of kindness you must show to that parent is learn to tell your parents the truth. I know we live in an age where lies are always triumphant. And then parents especially are prepared to take only good things about them from their children. But then, if we must get to that kingdom, this is where we must bring in the law of telling the truth to bear. So let your father understand, just like the Italians you say, no that code no happen. You cannot give what you do not have. Number one, if the money is not there, you cannot give. And thank you to one of us who said, you can only be kind with what you have at a particular time. If the money is not there, educate your parents. And that is why the other aspect of kindness is communication with your parents. By communicating with them, letting them know the situation at hand and how things are going around, they also get to understand that, yes, it is not proper to expect only monetary kindness from my children. And then, in the aspect that they were very bitter, and they are hurtful to you, and not so nice to you, but now I'm expecting. You only need to teach them the change of heart. It's also some aspects of kindness. To my sister, I think the background to your question, certainly for that footballer, maybe the decision was informed based on the experience, on his experience living with a wife. Sometimes when you live with somebody for 3 months, you get to understand the dimension. And maybe he studied and understood that this is the wife I am dealing with. If I'm not clever enough and crafty enough, one day my things will go. And that Lord said she wanted to do. So, to avert that, he went into that contract. But I also answer your question. The direct answer to your question is you are trying to seek biblical quotations that support the fact that children should be kind to their parents. I think it's a matter of language. Because even when you read the book of Sirach, go and read Sirach chapter 3, verses 14 to verse 16. Sirach is very clear and uses the word kindness. Sirach says, kindness to a father will not be forgotten. And Sirach concludes, and will be credited to you against your sins. It says further that in the day of your distress, it will be remembered. That kindness to your father will be what? Be remembered. So, you can side by side the father, sorting father and mother. So kindness to your father and mother will not be forgotten and will be credited to you. And at the time of your distress, that kindness will also be what? Will be remembered. Not only that, the Exodus that you were quoting, and I think when you read the scriptures, you hold the scriptures to the duty to expatiate and also give some theological exegesis. So the honor is not only the aspect of good morning, good afternoon, it's also in the aspect of care. And that is one biblical verse concerning kindness to parents that it will come to their reward. If you listen to the quotation of the Imam, quoting Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, it says, such that you will not be forgotten in word in the land. So it also comes to the reward. So it's essential for us as children to always be kind to our parents. And then in the Holy Quran 2, verse 107, it is very explicit and mentions directly the word kindness. Muslims are obliged to show kindness towards their parents. And then it underlines the fact that even if they are non-Muslims, it is your duty to show kindness to them. And I pray to what goes around, as quoted by the center imam, comes around. Why we seek clarifications and argue on the aspect that we are now children. One day you will be a parent and you might need their care and kindness to thank children.
Thank you very much, sir. May I only request comments from Padre?
The Deputy Commander, sir, Directors, officers in Nafrc community. Kindness to our parents. We're all parents here. Even if we're not yet married, one day somehow we'll be a parent. Rather, as a guardian, and I want to look at it. Parenting is in different form from the last Padre that we have. And I want us to understand that we are once children, all of us seated here. And somebody nurtured us up to this point. And eventually, we are going to be old. And somebody, somewhere, you have to take over again. And that is life for you. One time you're young, sometimes you'll be old, you'll be feeble, you'll not be too strong. Then somebody will start looking after you. That's the point that matters. That's why it says that our parents, towards their old age, suddenly start living like children. That's what it is. Unless you don't pray for old age, definitely you get there. And I play with you before you get there. Prepare yourself from the way you treat those around you. Definitely you get your own reward. Karma is like one waiting for each and every one of us that will not want to look after the old. Yes, when the man was talking about parent being riches, wizard, and the rest of them, it's not. That people say these days, not especially when people want to get married. There is some women that want to marry a man. We didn't ask, are the parents still alive? If the parents are alive, especially mother, we say, I'm not going there. And I wonder, tomorrow, don't want to be a mother. You never be a mother. Let's not praying with you for yourself. So the word kindness is a must. To our parents is a must. You don't have option. You don't have option. From the Christian faith, it's believing. It's one of the 10 commandments of God. That we should do what? Honor our parents so that our days will be long. So, I don't know for you, but I know my parents, I'm privileged and lucky to see how few of them are alive. But I know if there's anything, let me not talk about my father, I can talk about my mother. There's no day that my mother, even within my age, she must call me like 3 times a day. My mother. So I can't even remember me calling her so often. But I know she's so kind to me that every day she calls me at least 3 times a day. I can't say that about my father because we're men. Maybe he calls me once in a while. But my mother does that. Even in her late 70s, she does that. She shows me kindness. What else can I ask for? If at that age, she seeing me as that little son and has still taken care of me. Because by calling me, this is what I'm supposed to be doing now. She is doing it. I might provide the financial requirements. It's not enough. Now my father told me, he said, I don't need money from you. In fact, before you do anything for me, first think of yourself and your family. That's what my father told me. He said, because he has lived his own life. What is important for me now is to look after my own family. If I do that, if anything is burning and I want to look at the side, no problem. The devil will take care of himself. And with that, he has laid the foundation for me on how to move. And I pray every day because, like the man said, if your parents are alive, you don't know what to benefit. Go and ask those that love their work. Today, IPOB is operating within my local government. I've tried to move my parents for that place, and they told me no. This is where they went. If the Jews want to show, we'll solve the problem there. And they've been there. And they've been surviving because all along, they have been kind to people in the past. They have been kind. And I also have been kind to people also. And the mention of the name of the person, they say, no, we know this person. And so this is the life all of us should strive to live. You should not wait. Like somebody said, parents should be able to plan for their old age. Yes, in the societies outside Nigeria, in Europe, they have the old people's home that our side of culture, where we are brought up this way, they are not going down here. They can afford to have that. But in Nigeria here, you can't see. Maybe I'm alive and I will allow my father or mother to go to old people's home. Never. I won't allow that. Unless for those that have lost their loved one, nobody take care of them, and that's the last resort, no problem. But if you have your father, your mother alive, and you can't be kind to them, and you don't want to get their blessings, because the moment you show kindness, they bless you. Like my grandmother said, he said, after a certain point in a man's life or a woman's life, when they cross above 70, 80, they are now spirits, they are no longer human beings. And I want to believe that. At that level, they see things they are widows.
they communicate more for this gospel. I want to place their hand on your head and pray for you from their heart. It remains with you forever. If you're good, you get that reward. So I want to encourage us, not because tomorrow we are going to be parents or we are already parents and we are going to be old. We should start showing kindness now from anybody, even not your biological parent. There's someone that you know is more elderly that needed help. Please endeavor to do that, because at the end of the day, so you make your bed, you will have it. And whatever you sow is winning. I think that is how we end our condition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Good.
The Deputy Commandant, sir. Let me stand on the existing protocol because our time is fasting. But I just want to make one or two comments on this showing kindness to our parents. I want to ask, what can you give to your parents that will ease the pains that they went through giving birth to you and even training you to this level which you are? What can you pay for it? Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, if you are not showing kindness to your parents, you are wicked. I don't miss any word about it. I'm not missing a word. You are wicked. How much do you want to give to them? How much? In the first place, after their old age, they need just little. Just little things. All what they need is to eat and to drink and to be kind to others, because they know, others know that they have you somewhere and they felt that you are loading them with what they want. That's just what it is. If you don't honor your parents, does it mean there is a stranger to you that you want to honor? Let's not accept the truth. Let's not accept the truth. There is no gainsaying that because you are rich, because you have a lot of money, or because you are a high-ranking officer. So, because there was something that happened when you were growing, you now hate your parents. You hate your old age if you hate your parents. Because no matter how rich you are, even if you are Dangote, if you get to a stage that your money will not work for you again. You need secrets around you. So, if you don't give it to your parents, you won't get it anywhere. You will not get it anywhere. It's a law of karma. So, gentlemen, if you are not kind to your parents, take a new leave. Wear a new coat today. Pick up your phone the moment you leave this call. Pick up your phone, call your mom. Even if they say she's a witch, she has not consumed you. She allowed you to survive to this level. So she has compassion on you. Our time is fast spent. Please pick your phones, call your parents. Not to only your parents, even people that are older than you. Have respect for them. We have been so. Our psyche has changed on very long because of Western culture. Come on, we're Africans, please. Honor your parents and your elders. Thank you, sir.
Can we please show acts of kindness to the director that we are giving on the At this juncture, I most respectfully request the Deputy Commandant, Major General Padre, to
I say someone where is from the Padre or well-known. Some of you that are younger seems not to be concern. Probably because we are not yet parents, but the topic itself is about taking good care of parents. So I think it should be more concerned. And probably maybe some, like it was observed, those without parents, or some of one or two of the parents, that have some of us every now and then, go father. You have to honor your parents, so I expect all of you to come and be honoring me with your substance. So once I hear you call father, put your name by the end of the month, I will call you. Take care of, go and take care of your parents. When I came in, I look around, I found out that the director of training was not with us. I felt we would do, I think be able to achieve what my organ, the commandant, wants, that we should keep the time. So I thought we don't need to have another lecture. I'm surprised that the deputy director of training is much more longer preaching than the director of training. It's like something that is going on in the training department. The time is already past, and I know we need to go to the mosque. So I wanted to really touch more on this topic, which is kindness to parents. But from all we have had, I think there is nothing really much more to say here. I only want to say that we need to treat our parents with kind words. Whereas, one or two times I've had some talking with somebody on my time was like my mom. I'm not shouting. No, I don't think it's right. All that we require on how to treat our parents have already been well discussed during the active session and by our resource person, the chief imam of the center. So we must really invite those words and advices to see that our parents are properly well treated, because we till one day we expect that from our children. The key word that we should keep all this on is that habit that what goes around comes around. So if you don't want to come around, please treat it well now, so that when it comes around, you will enjoy it. One of us there, I want to agree or believe that I have just put his mind. We might not really, we are not in his shoes, so we might not really understand him too well. We don't know what he's feeling or what he's going through about what he expressed. But I want to say that we must not take the strictness of our parents with which they have brought us up to become the good persons we are for wickedness. Except, even in the Bible, it clearly says that there is no way a child will ask a parent for bread and will give scorpion. I don't think so. And from what we do, the Director of Finance also pointed out that even if your mother or your father is a witch or wizard, if by now they have not given you have survived, they have prospered. So you should not be worried about who they are. But you do your own side of the job by being kind to them. Okay? Even the Bible or the religious books make it clear that even your enemy, be kind to your enemy. And in the military, that is why the medical, even in battle, I expected not to be shot at. But I know that they shoot at everybody in the office. But they are not supposed to be shot at because they are supposed to treat both friendly forces and the enemy. So, if all these are in place, then it shows that we need to show kindness to our parents. And I want to say that besides being a religious matter, it's also an national and an international thing. And that's why there are some days that we need to Mother's Day, Old People's Day. We must treat our parents as required, okay? So that our days can be long and better on earth. To our Muslim brothers, I want to say Juma Mubarak. The rest of us, happy weekend ahead. While I thank our Padre for a job well done, I think the way has gone about delivering the lecture has not given too much room for questions to be asked. So, God bless you greatly, our Padre. And for the chaplain Jew that came up to respond to the questions raised, that has been actually, I appreciate how you have gone to the quotations to convince that Madam there that both honoring and being kind to your parents are almost same. I don't know in Nigeria, we always find a way around down to escape something. Oh yeah, I'm one of my goddaughters, so you must be kind to them. Thank you very much, and let's have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Sam. Who will give another return of the host of the Shall we please remain standing as we get to conduct this? Okay, thank you.